Right, we are doing some real nonsense today. On kind of a whim and kind of chatting with an opponent we played against yesterday. I wanted to try out the Grixis Arclight Phoenix deck today. I think what Max Torchen said yesterday was like, it's all the complexity of Storm, but you also have to be managing like your fair and unfair plans. So this is probably a really bad deck to just like dive into and go, especially with someone who's not very proficient at casting brainstorms and ponders and preordains. We cast them once. We streamed miracles once on, and I think that's like the one of the only times I've cast them, at least in recent memory. But this deck just looks really sweet, and I'm actually like thinking about actually starting to play it more if it kind of hits that sweet spot of interest for me. Still trying to find another deck to kind of I don't know, see the format through a different lens, so to speak. And I think this is pretty widely different than something like Death and Taxes. So anyway, we are going to jam this nonsense. This is the list that Whitefaces got second place in the challenge with a couple minor changes, some updates to the list that Max told me about yesterday. Cut like the 2 engineered plagues for Marsh Casualties, Lily, and Last Hope, and then it's like 73 to 75, I think. So yeah, this deck has a lot of just such a high density of decisions that are super, super important, and that you can really trip over yourself and just totally screw yourself over. Between the 12 cantrips, 7 discard spells, the 15 land deck, just like even like fetching a basic versus an underground sea or whatever in the first couple of turns. I don't know. Seems very complicated. I'm kind of terrified to play it if we're being honest. But I don't know, it also seems sweet. And I mean, eventually, if I just bash my head into cantrip decks enough, then maybe something will stick. So enough talking. We are hopefully gonna bury some people alive, some people that aren't me. Also, Arclight Phoenixes are stupid expensive on Moto. Shoutouts to Card Hoarder for letting me not have to buy these cards. Because Arclight Phoenixes are like 30 ticks. Thank God someone's streaming Legacy. I got you, don't worry. It's going to be a lot of Legacy around here. Alright. Time to fuck this up royally. Luckily, I do have some matchup tips over on the side here. So hopefully, I read through them beforehand, but your deck structure, I kind of just like threw it all onto the page, so like it was all visible. I didn't really organize them very much. I just wanted to make sure all 75 cards were able to be seen. Alright, I'm not an expert, but this hand seems really bad. We have 2 Buried Alives and an Arclight Phoenix, and no cantrips, and a Lotus. This hand is just unkeepable, and I don't think it's particularly close. I wonder, this deck feels like it, I don't know. Doesn't seem, it seems like almost a critical mass deck, so. More talking about the card choices slash the build. Oh, I don't know. This is literally, this hand seems a little bit more serviceable. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2, I mean, like, brainstorm away this Arclight or Bob or something. The build is literally just the Whitefaces' list from the challenge. I think this is a keep. Dark Red. Oh, God. We're already off to the tough decisions. I don't think this is a keep, right? We don't have the Buried Alive. We like keep the Dark Red, try to brainstorm into the Buried Alive. We have turn 2 if we find exactly Buried Alive from turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Brainstorm, fetch Dark Red Buried Alive Phoenixes. Keep on top if on the draw. Yeah, we're on the draw, so I think I actually kind of like this. We could also like turn 1 Dark Red Thoughtseize Bob if like that's what we want to do. Not exactly the best play, but Are we getting Thought Seized? We are. Disc Shadow time. I think we're just Thought Seizing back here, because I assume they're going to take this Bob. They might take Brainstorm? I don't know. You died well, Bob. Oh, they take Thought Seize. Interesting. I feel like I'm not supposed to Dark Red out this Bob. That seems not good. That seems like a not good plan. Slam Bob, no fear. I mean, plays around Daze. They have 5 cards in hand. It just doesn't play around removal or Force of Will. 100% discard number. That's, I mean, that's not necessarily true, right? They could easily, just as easily be on removal as discard spells. Why did they Thought Seize by Thought Seize is the question. They have like 1 threat and they need to protect it. The problem is I don't really have any other good plays. I don't hate it. I don't love it either. They know this is a card I drew, so I don't think they have to be scared of this. We're already off to some punts. If it's forced, it's a 2 for 2, I guess. So, I mean, I guess that works out. Until we get himmed, and then we fucking die. Force of Bob, yeah. 2 for 2, I guess. Yeah, we're super getting himmed here. Oh, what the heck? Oh, this is the more control-y version, right? Alright, well. Probably want to land Brainstorm, right? Don't want this Brainstorm getting dazed. Although, maybe I don't care. But I'm not, like, I don't think the decision matters a lot. I think I'm gonna land Brainstorm. So we're fetching away this Phoenix, and, ooh, this Buried Alive. It's kind of hard to cast, but probably could fetch away to Ponder. Keep Young Pyro Buried Alive. Fetch, cast Ponder. It's definitely putting back this Phoenix. And probably putting back a Ponder. Keep Young Pyro and 2 cantrips. Yeah. So if I'm casting Ponder this turn, next turn... Maybe my plan just isn't Buried Alive. I don't know. I don't like going in on 1 threat against... They only have 2 cards left in hand, but they have a Jace that's going to flip. I need to be able to pressure it. But if we're going Buried Alive without Dark Rits, unless we like Ponder and Dark Rit, that'd be great. I'm going to put back a Ponder. Grab a Volk. Land, Arclight, land. I think this is just a shuffle. I want the 3rd land, but I also like don't want any of this stuff. Alright. Easy shooting. Daze isn't bad. I mean, depends on how many land drops my opponent makes, I suppose. And you can't ever have... I guess you can't have 6 in this deck, because it's not a Force deck. But we are a Daze deck, so sometimes you can't. Oh, they're gonna... They can play an Angler around a Daze, because of this Jace. Won't they discard? Ponder. They could just, like, flashback Thoughtseize. That wouldn't be great for me. Yep. But if they take the Young Pyro, we can do something with Buried Alive. Maybe they take the Buried Alive, if they can answer the Young Pyro pretty easily. That wouldn't shock me. Because I don't think this deck can beat 3 Phoenixes. Nope. Alright, they're banking on. Preordain. Dark Rit. I think I just push. I want the land, but I also like don't want the land. Ugh, deck is hard. This deck is so hard. What am I looking for though? If I'm pushing these, what am I digging for? Like exactly Dark Rit. But I also did need like more cantrips to chain off with this Buried Alive anyway. I think I'm definitely bottoming this Petal. I'm pretty sure I'm bottoming this Delta. Oh, nice. The perfect draw. Wanted Blind is just your D&T telling you to make the wrong choice. I mean, like, we need to cast this Buried Alive is the issue. Unless our job is, like, dig for one of our other 3 Dark Rituals. Like, Dark Rit, Daze it, pay for Daze, Buried Alive, as this hand currently sits. Yeah. Go, Young Peasy. Yeah, opponent's playing, like, the controlled Shadow deck. It's just, like, way worse at pressuring you. I think I'm just, like, dazing anything. I think I'm just dazing this to Dismember to make a 1-1. Maybe not. This Jace just keeps upticking on my token. That doesn't really do anything. Now if we draw a land... Yeah, maybe I'm not dazing this. If we hit some more land drops, we can just Arclight them. What's this? Gurmag time? Yes, looks like a Gurmag time. Yep. Ooh, Dark Ritual. Alright, they have 2 cards in hand. Just Dark Rit, hold priority, daze it, Buried Alive. Cross my fingers, I guess. Ow, rude. What a jerk. We even had the 1 mana. We were 1 turn off with that. 1 turn too slow with the Gurmag turning on the Stubborn Denial. Now we're always dead. Draw like Dark Rit into just cast Arclight Phoenix. They're at 4. They keep diving closer and closer into just like getting bolted range. Oh, that's horrifying. Now we're just dead on board. Yeah, it's exactly 14. We don't have the time to do anything. I believe we're dead. Alright. Kind of want to refresh my memory on this deck list. I didn't look too closely at the control-oriented version. Where is this deck? There we go. 4 Death Shadow, 2 Gurmag, 4 Shirt, 2 Jace, 1 Lily, Brainstorm Days, Dismember, Force, Stub, Him, Ponder, Preordain, Reanimate, Thoughtseize. Okay. I came here with good news and bad news. I'm going in streamings. Hop. Trash format of cards, not Hero. Arclight Phoenix is infinitely more legacy playable than Hero of Bladehold, to be fair. Are they boarding in? Like, nothing useful, really? Toxic Deluge? What are we boarding in? EE seems kind of weak, only hits Death Shadows. Spell Pierces, I don't mind. It's weird. This is like basically a control deck. That's strictly worse than Burmaz Cat. Man, I know it makes 2 attacking soldiers, and it makes them 2/1s when it attacks. But it's not very good. What else should we be preparing for? And also, what should we be cutting? Oh god, I don't know how to decide one of these dang matchups. I guess bolts are pretty weak in this matchup. They just, like, don't have a lot of boltable things. Can probably cut, like, 2 bolts. If they're I guess they're Death Shadow, though, so, like, you could bolt them to death, but it seems not super likely. Most of these cards seem pretty weak, though. Maybe EE is, like, okay. It's, like, 3-mana removal spell for Death Shadows, though. Seems, like, pretty strong. Mediocre. Just keep... see how it goes. Yeah, they don't have Delvers. They have, like, Jace and their face as the targets. Ugh. Seems closer. 2 Red Lives a little awkward, but, like, we have Preordain into, like, Therapy. Seems good against a Thoughtseize is why I'm, like, slightly more inclined to like it. For when we can Preordain. And then if we get Thoughtseize, we just have 2 Burial Lives. I think I'm going to keep this. I'm just going to Preordain off the Volk. Probably. Bob land. Well, I want the Bob. I don't think I want the land. I kind of want the land to hide the Bob from Thoughtseize so I can play it next turn, though. Just draw them both. Yeah, Bob under the land, exactly. That was my plan. Playing the Bob with Daze back up here seems pretty good. I wonder if I'm supposed to Daze the Thoughtseize or let it resolve. If they just, like, turn 1 Thoughtseize me. They ponder, so that's fine. This deck doesn't play Wasteland, right? They play 3 Wasteland? What? Alright, never mind. More control-oriented, but definitely still, like, almost a Delver deck. What do they do with their Ponder? Wasn't looking. Shuffled on their Ponder. You have 2 of the cards that matter, so let Thoughtseize resolve. Yeah, that was more or less my thought as well. Also, because if I dazed it, I couldn't cast Bob. That's why we ended up hiding the Bob. This is the Friedman Death Shadow. Yeah, this is the Friedman, like, Death Shadow control-y list. They cut the Delvers. Which, honestly, like, kind of fair. Delver was not a great card. I really am tempted to daze this, but I don't think I'm going to. This feels like the bait brainstorms that people always cast when they have the second land in hand against the Daze decks. So you just like burn the Daze on a card that doesn't matter. Because now they need to play a land and then use the land to like cast a spell to kill it. And if they don't, then yeah, we just like Daze the removal spell or not. I think I'm just holding on to this Daze. Can help us get to Phoenixes. I wonder if I'm supposed to like play around surgicals. And just not. Petal. Alright. Spell Pierce. So what do they have in hand? What am I worried about? What am I jamming this am I jamming this therapy? We can't get to enough spells, right? Oh, we actually could, right? We could Buried Alive, Petal, Therapy. That seems kind of loose. I guess we like Therapy for like Therapy Force Will to set it for next turn. Yeah, I think I'd rather go off on like 4. Let's Therapy Force Will and see what happens. We could try to go off. No need to rush. Yeah, but like, how do they beat? Yeah, Therapy and then reevaluate is my plan. Their hand is Shadow, Angler, Him, Lily, Ponder. So we just go off, right? We just put them to 3 and then they lose. We just go land. Wait, no. Oh, yeah. Land, Petal, Buried Alive, Flashback Therapy on, like, Death Shadow. When they die. We did it. Wow. All right. That felt pretty good. Not gonna lie, that was kind of sweet. So what they have in hand? They brought in Lily Last Hope? That seems like not... I guess it beats up Young Pyro and Dark Confidant, so I guess that's okay. I don't think we're bringing in Lily Last Hope, though. It's like a endgame win condition, but they just have a bunch of gigantic fatties, and we have nothing to defend them. I think I'm kind of sticking with the sideboard plan. Spell Pierce seems okay. Nothing else seems great. Stuff like Explosives or Echoing Truth just seem really clunky and awkward. I think I'm fine just shipping the list again. It buys back their threats as well. Yeah. Does like a bunch of decent stuff, but ours are pretty weak comparatively. Does he seem good? Like, it beats up Double Shadow, but it's like kind of expensive. I don't mind it, like... I could see, like, just cutting the third bolt for it, since the third bolt's pretty weak. There's also what I hate about this deck, is that it just plays, like, 28 1-drops. So you can't show them all on the screen at one time. I could see cutting on bolt for Engineered Explosives. Just cut all the bolts. Let's go with that. I'm pretty sure this deck can't beat, like, the resolved combo. So just, like, things that buy time. Alright, so what does this hand do? This hand can turn 1 if we have a really good Preordain, but it seems kind of risky, but... One day the MTGO engineers will let me store my deck however I want. Yeah, for real. This hand seems fine. don't think I'm just going for it. I also don't think I'm turbo bobbing. Dark Rit, alright. We could go for it, because now they have second Dark Rit. If we, like, preordain into the Buried Alive, let's just preordain. You always turbo bob? I feel like that's definitely not true. Just, like, Dark Rit bobbing into the deck with, like, a bunch of Dismembers and Fatal Push and just, like, counter spells and stuff. I feel like I just want to preordain. Also, if we get Buried Alive, we're pretty in business. Do I want Spell Pierce? Kind of. Greatness at any cost. I definitely want this Brainstorm. I only vaguely want this Spell Pierce. Start saving people saying Phoenix decks aren't actually good when they ban it in 6 months. Yeah, just start taking screenshots. We can also just play this Petal out, right? And hold up Pierce if we need to, since like the Petal doesn't actually add to any like storm count. I like just going top. Pierce is lame. You're lame, Patrick. This Spell Pierce protects us from him to Turok. Cheesehead RLRI. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Real man Rip Bob there. I am not a real man. I am a coward. This is a coward stream. Wow, rude. So we still have Brainstorm on top. If we don't discard this Delta, we're okay. Is that the actual worst? No, it hit the therapy, but of course. We'll have Brainstorm on top. Do I just have to fire it off? Probably. Post this DNT article once I finish reading it. With the title for shaming the Legacy subreddit for not having posted it yet. You still have 5, you're so lucky. I mean, we can't cast it, so we're not that lucky. I think I'm just casting this Brainstorm and crossing my fingers. Alright, we hit some goods. Now maybe we have to rid out the Bob. Put back Dark Rit, Underground, fetch Underground, Dark Rit Bob. Rit Bob. Oh, wait. I don't think I want the third land either. Keep it all. I don't think I want this other Dark Ritual, right? This other Dark Ritual seems like pretty unnecessary. I would not Rip Bob. It's our only threat. We could, like, Ponder. Also, like, so much further down on time. This deck requires so much brain power, and it's had, like, 6 turns total. I don't hate the Rip Bob plan. I think I'm putting back this Underground Sea and then just, like, fetching it out. And I think I'm putting back another Dark Ritual. I think we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put back that. Fetch. Underground. Man, how good would it be if I had Buried Alive here instead of Dark Confidant? I don't even know what you're talking about, Patrick. Maybe we do keep the Dark Rit. So we have if we play the Underground there, we have Dark Rit on top and then like Tarn below it probably. This thing's dead. Not dead. All right, just a Death Shadow. All right. So we... Oh god, this is where I need Patrick's expertise. Which cantrip am I supposed to cast? I think it's the Ponder? Because we don't really have bad cards we really want to shuffle away. So I think Storm Them Brains. God. Am I just really bad, or is chat just being Twitch chat? And I never know what the right answer is. Just a shadow card that's never killed anyone. Yeah. I mean, it's just a shadow versus, like, losing this Bob, which was my brainstorm into the win. Just brainstorm into the Dark Rit and the, whatever it's called. The Buried Alive. Not with my luck. But you'd brainstorm for... Alright, sure. We'll brainstorm first. I trust Patrick's ability to cast cantrips. Well, this kind of sucks. I don't think I want either the second Bob or the Arclight Phoenix. I think I want to shuffle and then ponder. I don't think I want second Bob, at least. I definitely don't want this Phoenix. So if I fetch Volk, play out second Bob, we can, like, chump block, hit some more cards, or just get, like, buried by Liliana the Last Hope / March Casualties / whatever. On paper, your Pops can... Oh yeah, Pops can just double block. I think I'm affecting Ponder. Let's fetch out the Volcanic. Play another Bob. This is when my opponent casts March Casualties, and I regret all of my life decisions. Don't you dare. I'm not going to chump block the dish out yet. The Wasteland me off black is pretty bad for me. Am I supposed to be fetching red? Do I have any red cards in my deck after I cut the bolts? I'm supposed to be fetching the second Volk there. I mean, besides casting Phoenix, obviously. Dismember a Bob to hit me for a bunch. I know this is a coward stream, but don't block. Yeah, I was not planning on blocking. Pyromancer, okay, yeah. Alright, so fetching the Volk there isn't that bad. Just wondering how badly we get screwed because I didn't fetch the second Underground in the face of this Wasteland or something. Maybe fetch Badlands is better? Since we don't need triple blue, but we do probably want a second black source. Nice. Man, this EE is just gonna be like 1 mana too slow, isn't it? If they have like anything that makes them lose life. We just like, we're still dead. You had a Badlands you didn't get? Yeah, we did have a Badlands in the deck. I didn't think about it. I'm not good at fetch lands. I mean, we're just gonna, like, play this Engineered Explosives and pray to God we don't die, but there's no way we don't die. Shuffle? What are we shuffling to? We're just dead. Like, I think our plan is my opponent has nothing relevant in hand, and we chump block, and then we get to crack the E and kill both the Death Shadows, and then we get to continue playing a game of Magic. Because I don't think we're, like, shuffling into any card that wins the game. Like, what on earth can we shuffle for? Shuffle, draw Brainstorm, Brainstorm into exactly Dark Rit, Buried Alive? That's an out, I suppose. That seems a lot looser than, like, my opponent's 2-card hand not having, like, a thing that can kill this. So far, we're just going to 1. Well, assuming we have to fetch this land eventually. Surgical therapy for lethal. Rude. Unfortunate. Man, this game has so many micro decisions. This deck has so many micro decisions. You have to fetch now. You don't draw Buried Alive. Wait, why do we have to fetch? Oh, so we don't draw Buried Alive? This was about 0% to work. I think it was more percentage to work than shuffle into random Brainstorm into random Dark Rit plus Buried Alive off the top. I think my opponent, like, not having a way to lose life or, like, deal with the Bob was about the only chance that I had. And this deck is hard. It was a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed that. Just, like, so many decisions, but the game went by so fast. I'm sorry. I apologize to all my opponents today, just because we're going to take forever in all these games. They have lots of ways to lose life or kill the Bob, and we don't have lots of ways to win the game. Like, is there any sequence of cards other than exactly Brainstorm into exactly Dark Rit Buried Alive that wins us, that lets us not die that turn? A better opponent would have killed you with Teamer Battle Rage. I mean, no one plays Teamer Battle Rage in Legacy, at least. I'm counting living to the next turn with the line you took as a 0%. Well, I think that's the point, though. It's not 0%, and it's whatever it is, it's definitely a higher percentage than the Brainstorm into lethal line. Shuffle into Brainstorm into EE. Okay, so we have, like, shuffle into the Brainstorm, of which there are, like, 2 or 3 left in the deck. And then after that, we need to draw one of our 3 other Dark Rituals that are in the deck, and then one of the 4 Buried Alive / 1 EE that are all in the deck. And you think that, like, that sequence of events is higher probability than my opponent, like, not having a thing that turn? I pretty strongly disagree with that. I have no faith. I don't have any faith. But also, straight up, I don't know how much Patrick is just fucking with me and how much he actually thinks it was a better line, because there's absolutely no way that that was actually a better line. Alright. Win the die roll. This hand seems like it does actual nothing. So we just ship it. We have, like... Yeah, fuck this hand. Wow, fuck this hand, too. The turn you play the second Bob, you could have kept the Phoenix off the Brainstorm Ponder again, then sack Bob to Therapy, discarding Phoenix. Oh, like, to get our own Phoenix into play? Maybe. I don't remember that board state a million minutes ago. Man, this hand sucks, but... Speaking of Thoughtseize ourselves lines, this could be a hand that, like, Cabal Therapies out Arclights. I think we're keeping this, though. We lost that game when we didn't turn 1 Turbo Bob. I mean, that's definitely not true. I don't think... I think you're really over-exaggerating how good turn 1 Dark Confidant is. I don't think that's what this deck is trying to set up. Ooh. I do want this Dark Confidant, though. We're just going to Thoughtseize them. Alright, what the heck is this? Jeskai Stoneblade? 1 land, Ponder Preordain. Oh man, taking these cantrips is so tempting. But that's probably like never the right decision. Might want to take this bolt just so we can just play Bob next turn. We can therapy away the TNN before it gets out of hand. Take force. It's Grixis Delver. Oh yeah, I guess this hand. No, his hand is a Preordain and a Snapcaster range. This isn't Grixis Delver. Any fetch, a grave, 3 street wraiths, any removal, Thoughtseize, surgical, or cantrip in any of that. Yeah, they could have just like more Death Shadows, and cantrips, and I don't know, like counter spells, Stubborn Denial, Hymn to Turox. This is a weird looking D&T list. I know, right? Anyway, I think I kind of want to take this bolt. I feel like I should take this bolt. I'm gonna take this bolt. 100% of Grixis Delver. Do they play the Snapcaster Mage too? And I don't think that all the Grixis Delver decks are playing Preordain. So next turn we just slam Bob. They can force it if they want. Then they lose 2 cards. Bolt is their worst card. Why do you care about Bolt? Because I'm... Oh, man. Draw Wasteland. Alright, well... Now we grab Underground Sea. Ponder into... Oh, man. Now they have Force in hand, alright. This hand is, like, super tempting. We like, therapy the Force, and then... We have to spend, like, 2 turns not hitting a land drop, though. I didn't know about the Bob. Oh, yeah, we scrubbed the Bob to the top. That's why we took the Bolt. Man, now I wish I had taken the Force. Let's put back... I think I want to actually draw these. I think maybe we are just arc-lighting my opponent to death. He took Bolt into Snapcaster. I mean, Snap Bolt is like 3 mana, and we had a Cabal Therapy lined up too. Anyway, what am I putting back? Well, if we Wasteland it again, we're just fucked, right? I like don't want to shuffle this because I'm a greedy son of a bitch, though. Right, let's do this. Almost none of those are objectively better than Thalia, you know it. God. This is what I get when I try to play decks that aren't Death and Taxes. Why'd they just like leave up mana here? I wonder if I'm supposed to cast Thoughtseize or Cabal Therapy there. I wonder how much it matters. They just have Drew Spell Pierce? Yeah, that's what I figured. And now they just cantrip for the lands. Oops. Wrong color mana. Jeez, this is unfortunate. He cast the Ponder, right? Yeah. Preordain, Snap, Force, TNN. Getting mono spell pierced could be blue-red Delver. I'd buy that more than Grixis, but even then, like the Snapcaster and the Preordain are less commonly found cards. The Delver deck of some sort could be blue-red. All right, well we're gonna therapy them, and then they can start holding up like Snap Force is the issue. But I mean, not a lot of other lines we're taking. Oh, they could have put the Force back, or the Snapcaster back. But I imagine they still have Force. Snap Pierce, sorry. They have Force and Snap Pierce available. But Snap Pierce requires them to hold a bunch of mana, so I think I'm just going to name Force as well. Yeah, Force will Preordain Snap. So now they just have... They might have True Name on top that they want to draw. Oh no, they probably set up the Delver, right? Okay, so they don't have the True Name. So we can't really play around Snap Pierce very well. We can use the Petal to play Dark Confidant. And then Dark Confidant eats the Snap Bolt. No, we actually don't have enough instants or sorceries to like just bury them alive, do we? We would need to cast the Therapy in the same turn. Turbo Bob into Thoughtseize Snapcaster. What? Just like Petal Bob Therapy them isn't the worst. It might just be better because it just takes the Snapcaster. We also like need to draw another instant sorcery, which I was not really accounting for. But that's also very bad for us. We can also pass. We could also pass. If we draw another land, then we can like Bob Therapy them. Yeah. Bob Therapy them, Dark Rate, Buried Alive. Why don't you just Dark Rate, Buried Alive, and Petal to bring back things? We can't. It needs 3 instants or sorceries to be cast. Lotus Petal doesn't count. And also they have Snap Spell Pierce available. It's not the Force of Will, it's the Snap Pierce, right? Oof, Wasteland. But now they don't have Snap Pierce up, right? But we need to like be able to cast another spell is our issue currently. Scoop, we're not dead. Only mostly dead. If we draw a land, we can still do that stuff, right? Land, oh no, we can't. Not quite. We need to draw like exactly another Dark Red or something. Alright, going for it. Brainstorming into the land. How many? This deck's playing 3 Spell Pierces? That's crazy. The Force. Yeah, we therapied the Force. Is this deck really playing 3 Spell Pierce? Is that like an actual thing that people do? What is life? I kind of want to like not scoop because I don't know what the fuck is in their deck. What are we playing against? Just mono not losing to combo Delver? Man, I'd love to queue into triple Spell Pierce Delver as Death and Taxes. Spell Pierces. Oh, well, we have a Bolt now. Oh wait, are we just dead? They just like Snap Bolt me, right? Yeah, alright, cool. Guess Pierce is like... I don't know, triple Pierce just seems weird, but that's just me. Alright, so this matchup, it feels a lot more like a deck matchup where I can actually bring in like X1 hate. And also a matchup that Dark Confidant kind of sucks a lot. It's like aggressively slanted Delver strategies. Like I don't hate bringing in like Pierce EE. maybe these cards. I don't know if they have, like, Young Pyros in their deck or something, but, like, Dark Rit Lily Last Hope also seems pretty powerful. I guess it's weak against True Name, but... Oh, they have True Name in their deck, so March Casualty seems a little bit better. A weird time to be playing against this deck. A deck that I'm super unfamiliar with against a deck that I'm... Or I guess a build of a deck that I'm also very unfamiliar with. What are we supposed to cut for, like, these cards? I don't mind just, like, no one playing 3 Pierces revealing that versus D&T. I mean, I guess that's fair. They're just, like, dying, though. Is Shaving Bob in this matchup crazy? Against, like, the Lightning Bolt, Delver of Secrets deck? Step 1, draw more lands. Step 2, draw Phoenix. That's basically the plan. More or less. Maybe E, like, isn't even that good. E is just really slow and clunky, like it was against Shadow. Let's do like that. I'm using the matchup guide for like some sort of reference, so I'm not like randomly cutting cards here, but I'm trusting people that are smarter than me in like certain matchup ideas. Don't just leave one. Yeah, we cut all the Bobs, don't worry. This hand seems fine. Underground Sea Preordain. Another Preordain and another land. Do I just cantrip into cantrips? I just see it feels so clunky. Next turn, what are we doing? Like brainstorm fetching? Just like want these cards? Man, I need to like practice a bunch with this deck if I'm ever actually gonna play it with any amount of competency. Because there's so many like weird things. Like how much am I down for dirtling? Am I just like keep both, next turn brainstorm, land, cast Preordain? We're here for 2 turn wins. Yeah, I don't think these cards is particularly powerful, and like whatever garbage we're having next turn, I think we just brainstorm away into fetching. I don't mind like topping the Preordain maybe. Yeah, that's what I was about to say, but it's too late now. Oh, the classic Moto. But anyway. No real reason to play out the pedal, since we might even brainstorm it away. The brainstorm is resolving. What, they're gonna force it? Seems a little aggressive. Maybe I just like March Casualties this Delver of Secrets. That might get dazed, but we also have EE to kill it. We also use the pedal to play around daze. Oh man, the best draw. I don't know, just like fetch... I guess another Underground? Fetch Underground Sea, pedal, casualties it. Just like very slow. What are we brainstorming away at that point? We still have like the Phoenix, and like we draw 3 cards, so that's probably fine. Now I think about it, I should turn off the stream over your brainstorm art. Oh yeah, I literally only use the brainstorm art that whatever card holder gives me, so feel free to criticize me for having bad brainstorm art. Don't you dare crack and fetch forward. We're not brainstorming. I'm killing a Delver of Secrets. I don't think this play is terrible. What's wrong with this play? What would you have just like let this Delver sit here when we have a March Casualties in hand and like probably not going to get any better against a Delver? What are you doing, cat? Get out of there. Psst. Blast, alright. Yeah, they forced the marsh casualties, so... Can't Power Blast and Engineered Explosives. It's horrible tempo. I don't know, it's like, Mr. Pedal is bad if they have Pyromancer or TNN. Meh. I disagree. My plan was to just like try to play the longer game, and that meant catching in the March casualties while it actually had a target. We have no idea if they even have Pyromancer in their deck. I would imagine that they do, but we don't know that. Jam Phoenix. Just fetch, play Phoenix, attack them. That doesn't seem great. Also, my Brainstorm is bad now. Yeah, we have a fetch land still, and like still have some uncastables. The real question is, do I like just run out this EE? I guess we Thoughtseize them first. Let's just Thoughtseize. They have a blast? Yeah, then we're not gonna... Oh, the Brainstorm's bad because they have blast. Yeah, sure. Sure. I would rather not pay 2 for this. Maybe I'll Brainstorm now. Yeah. They don't have blast. Well, they don't have blast up. They can like. All right. So we're putting back this Phoenix pretty easily. Probably just put back the other land and fetch it out, and then play Engineered Explosives for 1 and pass. You're casting that Phoenix, maybe. We could cast the Phoenix. We could also just like cast this land on Last Hope. Doesn't suck. They're on 1 land, so like, just dealing with this Delver seems pretty relevant. What if we only wanted to shuffle away 1 card? What if we put back like... No, I like the therapy. I like spells. This is my problem. I like casting my spells. I feel like I vaguely want to put back this Arclight. Still, yeah. Shuffle Phoenix and Volk. It's more or less my plan. Delta. Fetch. Do I want Badlands and not Volk? Just so I can, like, if they Wasteland me, I can still cast Lily? No. If they Wasteland, they're Wastelanding the Volk anyway, because it's the single mana source. Yeah, I didn't like casting Phoenix. Don't fetch away a land into a Wasteland. They just, like, didn't play a land last turn, so I don't think they have a Wasteland. Their Wasteland deck. Badlands cast Therapy. Maybe I don't need this EE, because we can, like, Lily the Insect Collaboration, but that seems, like, really loose. Just dies to a Bolt at that point. Because they attack it for 1, back down to 3, and then they Bolt it. Next turn I can just, like, EE plus Therapy and set up for Lily, since they can't, like, play a Pyro here. It's bad if they have True Name, but, I mean... most of our plans are bad if they have True Name. Oh, they got a Wasteland. Yeah, they just Wastelanded our only red source anyway. They're also just stuck on lands here, so we have infinite time. I wonder if this deck has Stifle. Probably not. We'll just pass. Therapy? I think I'm down for just double therapying next turn after, like, just killing this Insect Collaboration. They've Brainstormed twice. So it's probably not Power Blast. What do I even name? They're just, like, continuing to not hit any land drops, so... I just want to kill this. Our life total's pretty low. Maybe we just slam Lily, since they've just keep missing on their lands. I like just playing Lily here. Yeah, we're definitely jamming Lily now. Beats Daze, doesn't beat Force, but... like, Therapy check for Force, but... seems like kind of a weak turn. When they're just, like, floundering, trying to hit this other land drop. What am I naming when they finally hit their second land drop? Like, True Name Nemesis? I guess that's like the card I can't beat, right? Just name cards you lose to. We can beat up, Power Man, so like I don't care if they play one. We have a Liliana the Last Hope in play for. I'm just gonna name True Name with this first one. Is there a hyphen? Yeah. No true names, huh? Therapy is like Revoker, you'd think you'd be good with it. Except you don't have to therapy, you don't have to revoke cards that don't have activated abilities. Do I even want to therapy any of this? This hand is, like, not very good. I can just hold this other therapy for later. Plus up this Lily. Their hand is just 4 counter spells and a surgical extraction. We're just gonna kill them with this Liliana. Yeah. Just hold this therapy. I don't know what I'm holding it for, but I think, like, just more down the line I'll have a better idea of what I want to therapy out of their hand. It's also a chance they could, like, brainstorm, though, and make me regret my life decisions. But more likely, I think this Liliana's just gonna kill them. Oh, man. Maybe we therapy this Force of Will now? Therapy Abandoned Hope. Therapy and Stifle. I mean, if they're a triple Spellcrew Stifle deck, sure, they can have it. I was gonna name Force, so that works out. Do I just jam this Arclight? Nah, probably not. I don't need. There's no reason to. Alright, maybe we jam an Arclight. Well, last turn there was a reason not to jam it, and that was because, like, we would have to use the pedal to do it, but now we're jamming Arclights. Man, if they kill it, then they get to surgical it, and they take the one out of my hand. Rude as hell. And then they fucking died to Liliana. Yeah, we did it. So we still just have seen, like, nothing out of their deck. They're just, like, mono counterspell blue-red Delver. That pedal was so valuable. Yeah, sadly, the whole game it did nothing. We don't know, though. They had a daze, right? They could have just, like, dazed the March Casualties and then had the Force and then forced the Liliana the Last Hope down the road or whatever. No, we knew their hand, right? That's why we jammed it? Maybe, I forget. Stop calling them Blue Red Delver. I mean, they're the colors blue and red, and they play Delver of Secrets, and that's literally all we know about their deck. Like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to call them. They pitch the days. Well, wait, which days? Like, on the second Force of Will? Depends on, like, when we're... Yeah, wait, did they pitch a days to the first Force of Will on the March Casualties? Because then the pedal means that they used a Force. Like, the pedal traded with a Force of Will, essentially. It's a current deck to beat, and this is nothing near it. Yeah, I'm really confused on what they're their like build of the deck is. That's my, I don't know, like curiosity. So I just like straight up don't understand what their plan is. The plan is just like mono counter spell, so maybe like just like the Buried Alive plan isn't very good because we're just like never resolving it. Well, they brought in Pyroblasts, so Pyroblast doesn't do a whole lot. It counters cantrips. But like maybe I want the Bobs again? Grixis Chamber Jams with worse tools and no black. Yeah, fuck if I know what they're doing. But like, maybe I just want these Bobs if they're just on a bunch of like spell pierces and shit. Or like maybe I need my discard again to resolve my spells? Just a lot of weird questions. Maybe I don't need Lotus Petal, because Lotus Petal is like more all-in, and it's like hard to be all-in against Surgical, Daze, Pyroblast, Force, Spell Pierce. Man, this deck is hard. Although Petal's good against like, it's like okay against like soft remission and stuff, but bring in the Thoughtseize, yeah. It's vaguely what I'm thinking. Like, what do I cut? Cut like Petal? I think I want to cut Petals. Nothing else. Bolt seems fine still. EA seems medium. Just like shave down to one petal. Super anemic. Let's do that. I like Thoughtseizes more than Bobs, I think. Just like tearing apart their hand and trying to cut the Lily. Yeah. Yeah, Lily seems like kind of medium, especially because we like just still haven't seen a young Pyromancer. Only kill Sunflip Delver. Yeah, so, and Snapcaster Mage, for whatever that's worth. Sand seems okay. Not great. But we have like Preordains. Preordains make every hand capable, right? That's how it works. Cantrips make every hand good. There's a 3-mana non-creature spell versus the 4 Pierce, 4 Daze deck. Yeah, it does bounce with, it bounces flipped Delvers, so. Yeah, exactly. 2 cantrips makes almost any hand keepable, because you get to draw what, it's like basically Demonic Tutor at that point. Pretty easy first couple of turns, though. And just preordain into land and the Dark Ritual. And then they also have nothing in their hand. Man, that was a terrible draw. Just preordain into the Brainstorm, it'll be fine. This Bolt seems like it's kind of important. This Underground Sea also seems like it's kind of important, but like I also want to find better cards than these. I want to bolt this Delver real bad, though. Wow, you suck. Really bad at drawing cards blindly and then casting cantrips. Like, I vaguely want both of these cards is my main issue. So I think I'm going to keep them both. Next turn, just like bolt with Pierce back up. There are no better cards than you. I mean, that's basically my plan. We do eventually need black mana. And we cut. More Delvers. Alright. Is the best way to play around Pierce just bolt on their upkeep? Since they just, like, it's less mana efficient for them? Probably. I don't think I'm, like, if this bolt resolves, I don't think I'm casting this Preordain this turn anyway. So I think I'm fine just passing. Upkeep. Alright, well. There's a Spell Pierce on top of the deck, so I should probably cast this. Yeah, Bolt Between Flips. That's basically my plan. Depending on what the card that was flipped was. Flusterstorm. Man, I can't Spell Pierce a Flusterstorm. Yeah, this is getting scary. Alright, well... Top deck Dark Ritual, and then... I don't know. Yeah, not looking great. So I could bait the Spell Pierce and just like cast Preordain here and then go Underground Sea Ponder or something. You can, I'm not sure. Yeah, fair. I can Spell Pierce a Flusterstorm. I'm legally allowed to do that series of actions. So Spell Pierce Unknown Unknown. Just go Underground Sea Preordain is fine. They already have another Wasteland, and you know it. Shh, no, they don't. We need this. So we can't actually go off here. But do I just keep... Do I need both these Dark Writs to go off? Yes, if I want to hold up Spell Pierce next turn, right? So I think I just... top, and then pray. I only get 2 Phoenixes, though, because we have 2 in hand. Fuck. I mean, they block 2 Delvers pretty well, though. Keep 1. But if I keep 1, I get Dark Ray Buried Alive. I'm still down to this. I'm still, like, losing to the Spell Pierce. I think I have to keep both to be able to leave up Spell Pierce. Wait, no, we can pay for Spell Pierce. What am I doing? Wait, no, we can only pay for Spell Pierce if we have 2 Dark Rays. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could just cast Dark Ray into Dark Ray. And then they Spell Pierce the second Dark Ray. If they're savvy. Wait, no. Hang on. Can we just cast 2 Dark Rituals this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Buried Alive with 2 mana up. Either use the Pierce or Ponder after they let Buried Alive resolve. Oh no, we can't. We don't have access to both these Dark Roots this turn. What am I doing? Yeah, 1's on the top of my deck. This is not a Brainstorm, but yeah, I think I'm gonna top. Either use the Pierce or Ponder after they let Buried Alive resolve. Oh yeah, we just cast Ponder after that. Yeah, I guess I want to bottom the other one in case like this Underground Sea dies. I can't wait for second Wasteland. Shh, they don't have it. Maybe I'm supposed to cast Ponder there. Adding blue is melting. Adding blue is melting my brain for real. Yeah. They have 4 cards in hand. We're probably, considering how many counter spells were in their deck, we're probably not winning this. Alright, well, I guess we're getting 2 Phoenixes. Oh, land first. What does that play around? Oh, like days, I guess. Well, hope they don't have surgical. Then we die. Alright, they don't have surgical. But we also can't attack. I thought about pulling the Young Pyro. Guess let's just cast Ponder here, right? Ah, man, this March Capsules looks real bad. So does Therapy, so does Delta. These all suck, yeah. Fuck these cards. What am I trying to draw, though? The Brainstorm? Yeah, these are... I know they're blocking. Trying to draw Bolt, yeah. Bolt, I guess, Engineered Explosives. If you hadn't pondered that Therapy could be unreal good. Oh, they do have Young Power in their deck. Look at that. Oh, man. Cast another Arclight Phoenix. They're not gonna, like, they're just not gonna attack, right? We're just gonna sit at parity for a while while my opponent, like, tries to bury me with this Young Pyromancer. I think I'm just, like, playing another Arclight Phoenix. If you hadn't pondered, you could end this turn with 4 Phoenix in play. Wait, oh, therapy myself or something. Am I attacking with a Phoenix? I think I have to, right? Need to attack with 1. Yeah, I need to like end this game before my opponent just kills me with Young Pyromancer, which should probably happen in short order. Maybe we'll draw the Marsh Casualties we shuffled away. You ponder Therapy them, sack Phoenix Therapy myself. Yeah, it's definitely a line. The Therapy yourself lines are definitely like pretty unintuitive, and sometimes you want to do them. End this game before your opponent kills you with the clock. We have 3.5 minutes, so this game is over easily before 3.5 minutes are up. This game is not going to go past like 3 or 4 more turns. My opponent's likely just going to kill me with the Young Pyromancer. Alright. Oh, they do have bolts. Is that just lethal? Well, it might be. They only have 1 more card in hand. Alright, not lethal, but pretty close to it. Put me to 1 if they want. Oh, nice. We drew Thoughtseize. Casting it. I'd block King Pyro there to send a message. We're casting Thoughtseize to send a message. Oh, yeah. Take that Pyroblast. Yeah, that didn't seem like my favorite matchup ever for this deck. Mono counterspell blue-red. This deck is definitely preying on people's decisions to play creature removal, because this deck is very good against like Fatal Pushes and Lightning Bolts. And not nearly as good against like a hand of like Spellpierce Days Force, Pyroblast, or whatever. Flusterstorm. They had so many counters. What were they playing in their deck? I just want to see their deck list at this point. How are you beating like any deck that's just trying to cast creature spells? Yeah, infinite count. Yeah, infinite counters, fast clock, definitely not great. It was just actual all the counters. Like every card that Delver would ever think about playing that like counters a spell, just like Pyroblast, Daze, Force, Flusterstorm, like 3 spell pierces. Just really was tired of losing to like Show and Tell and Storm, I guess. Because I can't imagine that those hands are good in like the Mirror or Death and Taxes or. I think we might have been able to. If we hadn't drawn the second Phoenix, is there like a way that we actually like steal that with getting 3 Phoenixes instead of 2 there? Maybe not. But man, if there was ever a deck that did not like ever want to draw Arclight Phoenix, it's like the top decking. It's like the drawing Batterskull problem in the Stoneforge decks, except times 4 because you have to play 4 Arclight Phoenixes. Buried Alive for 2 Phoenix and a nonsense card. Cast Reanimate and be Surgical. Boom. Blown out. Luckily, this league is going to take as long as a DNT league, just because I'm like eating up all of my time every round, and my opponent's taking like 6 minutes. That's true. This deck does have infinitely more brainstorms, so you don't have to always draw Arclight and fucking. This just has to be. This is like a super keep, right? We just have turn 1 Thoughtseize and a turn 2 Darkrai Buried Alive. Just smoosh them. This is like why you sign up to play this deck. Although no, we need to be able to cast a 3rd spell though. So we need to like brainstorm Darkrai Buried Alive, smush them. So we need to fetch Underground here. Chalice one time. We got Thoughtseize first. What up, Yaz? Thanks for the 10-month resub. Appreciate your continued support. Let's check out what they've got going on here. All right, Force of Will, pitching Brainstorm. Interesting. What are we playing against? Miracles? Sneak? Could we just draw the second land? That'd be nice. Oh, nice. So now we just get to Therapy them for Force of Will. And then... Oh, no, we can't. We would need to Dark Rit and then Therapy and then play land Buried Alive. We could also just, like, brainstorm Dark Rit Buried Alive. That seems riskier. I like Dark Rit Therapy. Phoenix them. We'd even, like, sack a Phoenix post-combat if they're on, like, Show and Tell. I'm in for this. Oh, they're F6 deal. Wow, I should not even name Force, but I'm going to anyway. What the shit is this nonsense? game show and tell. Well, I would have missed with all of those, so. The shame force of will. Yes, that's basically it. Yeah, counterbalance is like way too slow. If they're just like tapping out for counterbalance, they're literally dead, so. I think they're just literally dead here, right? They could draw like fetch land plus fatal push to stay alive, but pretty sure they're just super dead here. How much to ask chat? Wow, you suck. That's so mean. People keep like medium hands with like cantrips all the time, right? That's like what you're supposed to do with this deck or with cantrip decks. You just was like, oh, this hand's bad, but it's got Brainstorm, so how can I lose? So what the hell are we playing against? Like Bug? We saw Abrupt Decay and Baleful Strix. So it could be like. No, wait, didn't they have a Wasteland? Is it like Bug Delver? We should talk about the greed of fetching an island. Oh yeah, when they island pondered. Yeah, that seemed really greedy. With their like Baleful Strix Abrupt Decay hand. Too big for Bug Delver. Yeah, they had like TNN. Yeah, I don't know. How do I board? Do I just like ship it? Well, they had True Name Nemesis, right? So we can like bring in True Name Nemesis and Baleful Strix, so we can like bring in Marsh Casualties and I wouldn't hate myself for it. Or like, well, Lily's bad against True Name, but like good against Baleful. Bug Control. That's like Loam Wasteland? Maybe I don't want Casualties. I don't know. I do like Lily if they're a control deck. Ugh. Also, if they're a control deck, we probably like Shape Petals. That seems to be the common consideration against like the grindier matchups. Let's just like do that and figure out what they're doing. I guess Pierces might be okay if they're like a Hymn to Turok deck. I wouldn't mind like Pierces. Maybe the Casualties. Yeah, Casualties I guess against Baleful Strix True Name is just fine. Could see at least that, and then we go from there. Like Pierce is also bad against like the Abrupt Decay. I don't know what else is in their deck. Abrupt Decay, True Name Nemesis, Baleful Strix deck. So let's just resubmit and see what happens. Could board in like one Pierce, cut the last petal. Fuck it. Going for it. Miser's Spell Pierce. I mean, it's probably better than the Miser's Petal. This deck has the fabled turn 1 Dark Confidant. It's got Daze backup. Oh, and no, I didn't board out Bolts. Fuck. I was probably supposed to cut Bolts. Bolts are probably not good in this matchup. Oh, well. This hand seems, like, vaguely unplayable. You better Turbo Bob. I feel like it's probably not correct to just Turbo Bob. If I drew, like, a Thoughtseize, I'd think about it. But just, like, turn 1 Dark Rip Bob against the deck that is going to have a bunch of removal spells on 2 mana. I don't even know if I'm keeping this hand against, like, a Wasteland deck. Because this hand seems pretty horrendous. This Brainstorm breaks, we just lose. Because we have Daze against not Abrupt Decay. Your hand has no other plan to Turbo Bob. I mean, my hand's other plan is Mulligan, right? Turbo Bob because you ain't no... God, chat's the worst. Why did I even decide to stream this deck? Stop drawing Phoenix. Yeah, actually, though, how many times have we had Phoenix in our openers? I do think this hand's probably a ship. I agree with Patrick. I think this hand's like pretty bad, especially because we have this bolt that's pretty clunky. Oh, nice. The perfect hand. We did it. This hand is significantly worse than the other ones. Imagine if Bob was Thalia. I don't think I'm playing a Dark Rit Thalia deck. Sneep? Wait, like, actually Sneep the 6? Because That seems quite loose. Or are you talking about the 5? Because this 5 we're just keeping out of necessity at this point. I'd have kept that 6. That 6 felt kind of greedy. We only have like 15 lands in the deck. More blue cantrips means you can keep more hands. I mean, honestly, kind of fair. Blind Therapy or just Preordain? Concede Districts, go to hand of 7. They're just gonna like counter this because we mulled to 5. I don't know. Kind of like both these cards. Hide the Bob again. I keep 3 cantrips, 0 land 6s for his grinded Exiliter all the time, man. Although, aren't you playing like 4 more lands than Phoenix is? Keep, yeah. I think I'm just gonna like therapy them for a removal for this Bob. Like, do I just therapy Abrupt Decay or something? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Therapy Decay. Am I pondering? Probably. I'll ponder. No, let's therapy first. Make our ponder decisions a little bit better. Yes, I'm not gonna do it with the Underground Sea. I'm not bad. I'm not that bad. What on earth is the opponent's deck? Counter spell Abrupt Decay Baleful Strix deck. Aight. Let's ponder, I guess. Ooh. I don't hate most of these cards. Draw land. Draw Young Pyro after it. But then we'd have to, like, fetch away the Ponder, but the Ponder's not super important. Do we want the land? I think we want the land, though, so we can, like, Pyro into spell immediately for value. So I think I want Ponder, Tarn. Or Ponder, Pyro, Tarn. Oh, God. Hey. Nice. We can still just Pyro Brainstorm Therapy? Do I want to just jam the... I'd probably just... They are... What is this deck? Delver of Secrets, Baleful Strix, Abrupt Decay, Counterspell, Hymn to Turok. What is happening to me today? I'm just playing against the weirdest decks. What is my life? Bug Delver? Like, just with a counterspell in it. Bug Delver Blade? What? Yeah. It's just like Bug Delvery... I don't know. Counterspells just seem so weird in your Delver Hymn to Turok deck. I'm so confused. I'm probably supposed to cast this Brainstorm to get value off of my Pyro before it dies. Fetch... Volcanic, I guess. Gives me 2 of each color. This Brainstorm gets, like, pretty little value, but... I mean, we get a 1/1. We also get to therapy them. Therapy myself for this Arclight Phoenix. That seems loose. Hang on. This cat is doing shit. Hey, get down from that. Get out. Alright, so just put back... You can just cast Arclight. Just keep Arclight. What does the 1/1 want to do other than therapy? I don't know. It extracts value, essentially. So I can put back Arclight, land, burning down my clock. But now I totally like lost my train of thought on what this brainstorm was doing. It's probably not a good idea to get up mid brainstorm. So we just jam Arclight next turn is kind of what I want to do. So just keep this land, keep Arclight on top, and then Ponder underneath it. Probably shuffle the Ponder away. Arclight just kill them seems fine. So put back. Oh, we're drawing one of these, right? Oh yeah, never mind. Put on top. Put on top. There we go. Figured it out. Oh no, hang on. Shoot, I forgot to therapy them. Damn it! Keep Phoenix in hand, because if they discard it, like, that's good for me. We're not protecting the Phoenix. Keep Phoenix in hand, draw the land. This seems a lot better. Completely want to jam Doomsday in my cube has 0 support. That seems a little bit loose if it has actual no support. That's the best reason to add it. Just the old value Doomsday. Alright, well, we can at least guaranteed hit this Ponder. Ponder and Surgical. Alright, well, time to jam this Arclight, Phoenix. Am I racing, or am I... I'm not blocking this, because then they get to, like, Surgical. Then I'm losing to this True Name. Am I just, like, off to the races here? We're at parity, currently. Yeah, like, I'm not blocking because of this Surgical. And we're like, losing the... We're losing the game to this True Name, assuming it's Young Power versus True Name. Like, they could attack me with both, but then we get to attack with both? Ooh. Interesting. So they could block my Arclight if they want. Trouble. That's pretty not useful. Turn everything sideways. Daze the Surgical. Get another token. Maybe this deck should play Ideas Unbound. It's only if you only want to play Ideas Unbound when you're fucking drawing Arclight Phoenix as much as I do. Deck with just Young Power I don't hate, but at the same time it's just losing the race to this True Name Nemesis, and that concerns me a lot. I think I just want to, like, jam all. They block the Arclight or nothing. They could block nothing, take 6, and then just, like, winning the race on the other end. Yeah, we can draw our Marsh casualties as well. Yeah, let's attack with Pyro. What's the record we have right now? Wow, snap block, alright. We're 0-2 Arcan. I'm not very adept at casting blue spells. I'm not gonna Surgical them all. Yeah, sure, whatever. Wait, Surgical all the Young Pyros. Yeah, I forgot this was an Arclight. Sure, you can have them, I guess. They had to look at my deck for game 3 as well. And they get to know the card in my hand. Yeah, no, this deck is, like, extremely hard to pilot correctly. I've definitely fucked up, like, every single game at some point or another. Draw Arclight Phoenix or Marsh Casualties. Hey. Get him. I hope they're casting Forcible here. They know I have this Daze. By fetching, they've set up lethal on board. Like, they surgicaled and saw the Daze in my hand. They just, like, straight up knew I had it. Actually, we'll find a way to lose yet. I mean, we're definitely not alive, or we're not, like, out of the woods yet. I feel pretty safe, though. Man, I don't think I should cast this Thoughtseize, guys. Something tells me that I maybe don't want to cast this. I also think I just attack with everything. If they have a removal spell for an Arclight... I mean, we're at 6, so we're not done on board, and they don't have, like, Burn in their deck. So they can just attack with all, it's fine. They trade Snapcaster for Elemental, that's probably fine. Like, the Elemental's doing a whole lot anyway. What do you got, opponent? Need, like, Strix plus removal spell or something? They can't fetch. Wasteland doesn't do anything. Snapcaster Brainstorm? Alright. I don't know what they can find that lets them not die here. Hey, we did it! We won! Goodbye, Arclight Phoenix. Oh, thank God, we won a match! Jesus, this deck is hard. We also like 2 out of that one. And game 1 they got stomped, and then game 2 was kind of weird, but it worked out. I think a better pilot probably could have won, or maybe could have won. I forget exactly how the Shadow matches went, but... And I think that our match 2 was just, like, a pretty unfortunate matchup. It's been a weird day. That Force of Will was definitely loose. This deck is gas. I do, actually. I am really liking this deck. I think, at some point, as a Legacy player, I should learn how to fucking cast cantrips. So, I think I might actually start, like, trying to play this deck more. Delver plus 8-ish, Strix / Snapcaster plus 2-ish turn him isn't a deck. Yeah, I don't know what the opponent was doing in their Delver of Secrets, Baleful Strix, Abrupt Decay, Counter... Oh, Hymn to Turok, Liliana of the Veil... Whatever deck. Shardless... Yeah, it looks like a Shardless player who, like, accidentally submitted Delver of Secrets. And also Counterspell. Cantrips are so easy, you just always have it. Have you seen my streams, Patrick? I never have it. I'm like the unluckiest person on the planet. I've never once had it. See? I always fucking draw Arclight Phoenix. God, this hand is also, like, pretty bad. I don't think Brainstorm's saving this hand from mediocrity. Do, like, land, go, next turn, Brainstorm, shuffle away, like... We have too many cards we need to shuffle away. Yeah, this is a mulligan. Deck needs some Faithless Lootings. I mean, if I played this deck, maybe I should just play Faithless Looting, because I always draw Arclight Phoenix. Would make it a little better, but ideally you just like brainstorm them when you don't draw them. Well, this hand was almost good. Needed like one more land. Oh, well, this is not good. I don't think I just keep blind therapy here. I think I'm just going land go. Probably. How bad are you casting cantrips? Very. I've basically never cast them ever. I'm a Death and Taxes player for like 6+ years. Alright, what do we want? We don't want this Arclight Phoenix for sure. And we don't want... I kind of want the most of the rest of this, at least. Spirit Alive is kind of weak, but at some point, like, the Spirit Alive does things that matter. Like, this is the whole point of our deck, is that we're trying to Buried Alive my opponent. What up?
Why'd you lock the cats out?
Because they were being annoying. They knocked a bunch of stuff down on the sink. Anyway, maybe just put this days back. What do we play? We don't know what we're playing against. They just went Island Go. I'd always just like put the days back and like choose to draw it if we need it, or put the Buried Alive back and choose to draw it if we need it. We don't have to shuffle all these away. I think Buried Alive is likely to be my worst card. Hashtag free the cats. Nah, fuck the cats. Am I drawing this Buried Alive into blue mana, go? Kind of. What's my card underneath it? Arclight, so we want to shuffle that away for sure. Maybe just like play Pyro. Yeah, let's draw it. Grab a Volk. Play Pyro. Oh man, yes. That was so good. Now we get to therapy them. What am I naming here? This is just miracles, right? With a counterspell? Name like Swords to Plowshares? Hey, we hit a Swords to Plowshares. We did it. That back to basics is scary as shit. They can't cast this Council's Judgment yet. Wait, no, they're Blade. Wow, all of these cards are scary as fuck. I feel like they're gonna force this therapy. Yeah, that makes sense. Pitching True Name. Yeah, they're just gonna like back to basics me. Alright, well. Time to win with Young Power and a single token. Don't name Counterspell, it's trash right now. Oh yeah, they Counterspell. I wasn't gonna name Counterspell. Wait, did they just... Did they just, like, fetch and explicitly not get a Tundra? Oh, no, they can't Tundra because they back to basics, but they needed to find 2 white sources. No, they found 2 white sources. Like, Petal Brainstorm here. The last 2 cards in hand are literally just Karakas Council's Judgment. I think we're just, like, trying to get tokens here, so... Petal Brainstorm isn't that bad. Maybe hit land, second Brainstorm. Yeah, the plan is hopefully kill them with a Young Pyromancer and nothing else. Well, these cards all fucking suck, and they're all uncastable, so... Doesn't really matter what I put back. Plan is to win with 2 elemental tokens now. When they are at 11 after this fetch. Locked. Yeah, we are Brainstorm locked, and Mana locked, and... pretty dead. I will vote for Young Pyromancer. Get 'em, elementals! Oh man, we can cast a spell. I don't think I want to cast a spell yet, because I might just want to bolt their face in 2 turns, or I might want to try to, like, brainstorm into stuff. So I think we're just waiting on the Scalding turn. What on earth is this? Okay, that makes more sense. Jace unsummon my token. Jace Brainstorm. Alright, well. I guess I have to bolt this Jace, and probably should have in response to the Brainstorm. They're at 4. They're so close to being dead, but they're so far away from being dead. Yeah, we can't really do anything else. I'm gonna fetch out the Badlands because I want to draw a Volcanic more, I think. Oh, they did draw Force. Whoops. Yeah, I was supposed to bolt in response to the Jace 0 there. So they can't just do that. No, they can just downtick on the token and we lose. Or not. Just the weirdest assortment of decks we're playing against today. Do I attack the Jace yet? No, I just keep attacking their face. A Jace at 1 is the same as a Jace at 2, essentially. Yeah. Ah, that makes sense. Oh, the Dark Red. Alright, yeah, we're dead. We are, in fact, dead. As it turns out. So, I think you're supposed to go for Island Tridive Swamp. Yeah, it's definitely a line. There's a chance we could have, like, found, like, fetch. I don't know, it seems unlikely to happen, but, like, maybe just a better line than hoping. I think I was supposed to just bolt the Jace in response to the 0 and hope the token carries me across the finish line. But I did not do that. Anyway. Port in these, cut these. Move on. Finally, we ran into a matchup that I can actually, like, stop and like, consider and understand the sideboard notes for, rather than the bunch of nonsense we played for 3 rounds prior. Stands fine. I think I just want to be fetching basics, though, because they're back to basics deck, and we don't have a Thoughtseize, so like, just Island Ponder. We have time to kind of just, like, sit back and try a Sculpt here. Ugh. These cards all seem pretty rancid. Therapy's decent with Young Pyro and good against back to basics, which is not great for me, but I also just want to hit more land drops, I think. This Dark Red doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think I'm shuffling this. Alright, that's better. Nice dog in the bed. Oh yeah, my cat was running around. I don't know if she showed up on the camera there. Alright. Do we just jam Pyro? I like jamming Bob more, right? Jam Bob, it gets plowed next turn, we have Pyro Therapy. Wow, no removal. Nice, nice. Man, I hope they just cast Stoneforge Mystic. That'd be amazing. Oh god, this is so good. What they grab? Batter Skull? Alright, well. Because now that they played Stoneforge, this first therapy is guaranteed to hit. Batter Skull. Man, a lot of those cards are vaguely scary. The GTA can be abraded, though, so we're just going to flashback name True Name. They know I have the abrade, too. That's the one I flipped off the Bob. A bunch more lands. So we can just Thoughtseize here, if we want. See what they do with the GTA. They were just, like, going off. Just counterspell it? Sure. So down counterspell. Just like bolt the Stoneforge, get in. Alright, so we're fighting against basically anything besides Supreme Verdict. Alright, have no idea if the Snap or the GTA is still in their hand, but I think they're they're desperately digging for like Wraths because they're so far behind here. All right, that went well. Bob and Young Power were very good against my opponent who didn't have any removal, as it turns out. I think we're just running it back. There's really not a March Casualties matchup. Is True Name just like not that scary? Maybe just because we have like Braids and stuff to deal with. Equipment already. You can just try to race a True Name if that's their plan. This hand does nothing besides Thoughtseize my opponent. My opponent did mulligan to 6, so like Thoughtseizing my opponent a bunch is good, but we're also on a 4-lander in our 15-land deck. As much as I want to shred their hand with a bunch of Thoughtseizes, I think this hand needs a lot to get off the ground. Except for like top deck exactly Buried Alive, which would be good. So we have how many good draws? 12 cantrips, 4 Buried Alive, 16. Maybe this is like more of a keep them. Yeah, maybe this hand's actually okay. We have like the Rain to double Thoughtseize. Genius. This hand actually maybe is better than I give it credit for, because there's just like a lot of good draws in the deck. Maybe we'll keep it on opponent moving to 6. Be a learning experience. I do like a bunch of Thoughtseizes against the opponent who mulled to 6, and also like just doesn't have 1-drops to play. Yeah, we can just like Thoughtseize this Stoneforge here. Probably just want to Thoughtseize this True Name. And we can just like slowly beat the Source of Plowshares, right? We just like buy a million turns. Is the plan. I guess I could have like Brainstorm fetched Thoughtseize instead. Brainstorm first, yeah. That's probably better. Well, they drew Spell Pierce, so that worked out, I suppose. Oh, they drew the land, so now they can True Name me. Which is kind of scary. It's slow, though, so... The last 2 cards in hand are Plow, Brainstorm. So we could Therapy... oh, yeah, we just, like, Pyro Shred their hand, right? I think I was supposed to fetch a basic there somewhere. I would think about paying that Dark Red to pay for the Pierce. Yeah, if I played the land before, then I might have like considered it. Alright, so let's just preordain here, I think. Maybe I Brainstorm first. Dig as deep as possible. So we have like preordained to Brainstorm fetch. See a bunch of cards. I don't want either of these. I almost just want to cast this Arclight, but... Alright, we just put back 2 lands and fetch away. Maybe we finally grab a basic. Just to, like, minorly play around back to basics. We have Spell Pierce, but we also... Could just Dark Red, but that seems loose. Just kind of looking for a Buried Alive. Alright, we won't cast the last Preordain. I'll leave up Spell Pierce for back to basics, I think. Or like land Jace or something. Alright. Is it time for the Arclight yet? That was probably good enough. Just suicide and elementals through this true name. Like brainstorm to hit buried alive. I keep thinking about like trying to dig harder. Don't think we like really need to. We're like pretty far ahead, and if they like Supreme Verdict me, then we can just start digging for the buried alive to kill them. But maybe you just brainstorm. Alright. Maybe it's time to Arclight Phoenix, but I guess we'll brainstorm first to see if they just die. Alright. Cool. Put back Darkrit Tarn, play fetch. So I could just GM Arclight, but I think I'm fine just sitting back on my heels here. Phoenix beats. Let me just hit them for 4 versus 7. Do we just have like lethal? Block, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 79, nah. I could like Dark Rid out the Phoenix to still hold up Spell Pierces. Maybe I'm just being too cautious at this point, but I think we have it pretty locked up. Can I just like Dark Rit and Spell Pierce it twice for lethal? I have... math's hard. Alright, I forgot to shuffle loops, or whatever. Alright, so now they're dead through a Supreme Verdict, the game's just over. We did it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think playing conservatively is necessarily a bad thing. It's like definitely a different choice, but I think at that point, regardless of most of our decisions, we're going to win the game, and like, there's a chance that we like die to some obscene card if we just like play too recklessly for no reason. Like, why play recklessly if the game's just going to be over anyway? good playing safe after sideboard without discard. Yeah, I mean that's kind of a different scenario though. You want to be cautious during the start of games and stuff. This hand seems okay. Just preordain here. I think I like it more than Thought Seizing. So if I can set up like Thought Seize plus Buried Alive. What am I doing next turn? Playing Bob? Do I dig for specifically Dark Ritual? Probably not. I don't really... Maybe Young Pyro is okay here. I already have 2 threats, though. It's bottom. They top deck GTA. We had 2 Spell Pierces. So they needed like 6 land to top deck GTA, and then we still just like attack them because they have to tap out for it. That sees me. Alright, playing this game. I wonder what the take here is. Depending on what they take my Thoughtseize. Maybe it's just jam Bob. I feel like they definitely don't not take Bob unless they just have an answer for it, though. So we just like ponder, try to get them. Seems pretty aggressive. I guess Brainstorm, try to get them is better. Because we have the fetch already. Let's see 3 fresh cards. Oh man. Fuck. Do we go for it? Do we go for it? What if they have the Force? Like, Brainstorm for exactly days now to protect the combo? Or second Dark Rip plus a Thoughtseize effect? Can you get the cat? Hey, psst, psst, can you get the cat? You don't play this deck to not go for it? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling it's pedal to the metal time. If they force it's a 2 for 2. Well, that's a decent way of putting it, I suppose. Dark Ritual Buried Alive for Force blue card. Delver, huh? Oh man, another Buried Alive. Do I just like jam this? They didn't have days, or they would have just dazed it. Just Buried Alive and try to, like, get some Ponder rips? Or do I play Bob? I don't mind just casting Buried Alive here. Yeah, we're not winning this game with a Dark Confidant. What happens if we get Wastelanded? What do I want? Probably not bad lands. I probably want more blue sources. It's like another Underground. Don't need our red cards that badly. Oh, whoops. Did I, like, click all of them and not make any black? Nice. Yeah, exactly. I'm greedy as fuck. Just snap off those Buried Alives. Just if we draw another spell, then we almost guaranteed to get a bunch of Phoenixes. Oh man, we are playing against Delver with Preordain. Someone call Patrick. I was giving him shit about the, like, the weird-ass blue-red Delver Preordain Snapcaster. Yeah, oh, Dark Rit's nice. Ponder to any spell. Conjure into several spells. Yeah, sure. Oh, wait, I was supposed to... Wait. I was supposed to cast this and just pay for the Spell Pierce? I can just get Dark Confidant and play instead. Yeah, we did it! That was dope. Alright, Grixis Delver. What's the sideboard look like? Braids and Crater Makers for Thoughtseize and Bob. I guess that kind of tracks. Almost sure he was supposed to pierce the cantrip with... No, yeah, I think piercing the first cantrip. Wait, no, I have 3 mana, though. I have 3 mana, so if he pierces the first cantrip, he can like, try to prevent me from, making a bunch of Phoenixes that turn. But yeah, this deck is, like, has some pretty gross game ones. And what does it cut? A Thoughtseize and all the Bobs. Yeah, Bob seems pretty miserable against Delver. Something at all. Yeah, the graveyard. The thing about this deck, though, is that you can, like, you have better matchups against the graveyard hate post board because you're not, like, all in on your graveyard strategy. Guess I keep this. This hand's, like, kind of weird, but just draw Dark Ritual. Or draw Buried Alive and we get them. Don't know why I'm supposed to board a Crater Maker. What does Crater Maker good against again? Focus on discarding threats, digging for removal. Without a clock, you can sculpt and discard relevant interaction. Okay. So Crater Maker is just like a glorified removal spell. Oh man, the best draw. Just turn 1, land, pedal, Dark Rit, Phoenix. Get him. How could we lose? Seems like not a great place to cast that Brainstorm. It's removal spell with legs. I mean, it is, yeah. It's a threat that kills Delver and Young Pyro. Threat I use lightly. It's a 3 mana removal spell. Nile Spellbomb, huh? I guess Crater Maker blows up Nile Spellbomb. If we needed to. Could just therapy them? What's in their hand? Could just, like, spend this turn brainstorm therapying. I mean, Crater Maker is, like, vaguely red-white D&T playable. Like, I might run one if I played red-white. I guess I was maybe supposed to grab Volk, because I want to... Ooh, we have the Buried Alive. Not good against Nile Spellbomb, but... So we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 mana this turn. So we could Therapy, Buried Alive. We're getting close. We just need to, like, Critter Maker this Spellbomb away or something. So let's just shuffle away Phoenix and... land here. And then just grab... Do I want another Underground? Probably Badlands. A lot of black cards in my hand. We have another blue fetch anyway. What am I naming here? Surgical Extraction, Force of Will, True Nemesis? Probably not true. I don't really care about the threats at this point. We're trying to kill them, so Force of Will is probably the safest bet. Oh, they do have the Surgical, dang. Gonna be harder to win now. Naming Days seems pretty loose. Like, we have a lot of mana. Mana's not our choke point. It was either Surgical or... Oh, they're just Surgicaling my... What is this? Brainstorms? Nice. Alright. Deal. I'm in for this. They do get to see my whole hand, but... Oh, they have Snap Surgical. So they can kind of afford to do that. Yeah, maybe keeping land over second pedals is fine, but... Surgical on Brainstorm does seem pretty loose. I don't know why they just fired that off there. They just want to, like, see my hand to see if they can Wasteland me? Did they need to get cards in the graveyard? No, they still can't Gurmag me. Unless they Wasteland themselves, which is incredibly loose. What a weird turn. What a weird fucking turn. So now we can actually therapy out this Snapcaster Mage. So we can just play land, play Cratermaker, say go. And just plan on cratering this Nile Spellbomb. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, can we just do this right now? Do we just have enough mana to just, like, therapy, pedal, Cratermaker, hit their thing, pedal, Dark Red Buried Alive? Can we just, like, go all the way? This doesn't quite work, right? If they just flashed in the Snapcaster Mage and targeted Surgical, I couldn't actually do this. Hey, we did it! I think my opponent conceded. Yeah, we did it! Sometimes you can do basic math. I think I need to, like... It's weird, though, because if we lead on the therapy to make sure they don't just flash in Snapcaster to leave up the Surgical that turn, then, like, they get to draw the one extra card off of the Nile Spellbomb, and maybe that's more worth it. Because I think a more savvy opponent would have definitely flashed in the Snapcaster Mage in response to that therapy there. And then our hand, we need to, like, top deck another instant or sorcery to make our hand do anything. So I think leading with the therapy there was more right. And just, like, hoping that their random Nile Spellbomb card doesn't screw me over. What a weird game. This deck's neat. I like it. This deck is probably the most interesting. It's like, I don't know. I think I agree with Max Dorchin. He mentioned it yesterday. Like, it feels a lot like Storm, where you like have a lot of pieces and you're trying to put the puzzle together, but in a way that isn't like you don't always have just deterministic. Okay, my opponent is literally dead here. You have a lot more like fair stuff going on. Like sometimes you just like Young Pyromancer Cabal Therapy your opponent down. This deck is missing white cards. I can't tell if this is a Death and Taxes joke or like talking about the Esper Arclight Phoenix deck. Not actually sure which one. But either way, maybe. Opponent admitted more than once to being bad. Did they do anything else? I forget how game 1 went. D&T. Fair. Honestly, fair. I'm going to be playing D&T, not tomorrow, we're playing Maverick tomorrow, but I'll be playing D&T again on Friday. It's neat. I'm to at least 2 Underground Seas. I am 1 Underground Sea off of buying this specific list. There are, the ones that aren't playing Petal, we're playing, like 3 Volk, 3 Sea, or, like, 3 Sea, 2 Volk, and, like, just, like, 16 land, or, like, another fetch or something, but I'm, like, 1 Underground Sea from buying this 75. So, I'm definitely considering, actually, like, building it, just to have a second deck. Drag other people to Legacy events with me. But anyway. Yeah, so tomorrow's stream is going to be a donation stream. We're playing green-white. Or I guess Junk Maverick. It's like green-white with the black splash. Zealous Persecution and such. But yeah, that deck should probably be way more my wheelhouse. Probably a lot easier than the 12 cantrip, 7 Thoughtseize, 3-color mess with 15 lands that I think Maverick is so much closer to something I'm comfortable playing. This deck was fun. I think I'm going to be, like, trying to play it more often and trying to get more familiar with it. But anyway. Dragging people to Legacy. Dragging people to Legacy is a hard sell, for sure. It's definitely a format you can't just hand someone a deck and be like, go. Didn't have to play against Chalice Knight, though. We didn't, that's true. We had to play against, like, 2, like, Dumpster Fires and then 3 real decks. We went 2-1 against the real decks, right? Wait, no. Wait, yeah. We beat Blue-White Stoneblade, we beat Grixis Delvers now, and we lost to the blue-black, like, more controlling Shadow variant in round 1. And then we beat Bug Delver Mess, and and then we lost to, like, the weird Blue-Red Delver deck. Yeah, this deck is real soft to a Chalice. But I mean, like, a lot of decks are soft to a Chalice, especially game 1. Like, if you go turn 1 Soul Land Chalice against Miracles or Storm, like, they're also pretty fucked. That's kind of the nature of the Chalice decks in Legacy, is that they kind of, like, they prey on that weakness. I don't think this deck is, like, much more significantly soft to Chalice of the Void than something like Miracles. Like, your other plan is, if your opponent goes turn 1 Chalice, your plan is just, like, play Pyromancer or play Buried Alive and then cast spells into the Chalice. It's not like a great plan, but it's a plan. Leave AK. I told him to leave AK on top to predict away, because the first AK is bad. Good advice. Then I predicted him to me AK. Oh, gosh. Drawing from the same deck is just, like, always such a mess in decks that, like, interact with the top of their library. I used to do something similar with just, like, piles of my buddies. We, like, would grab a pile of cube cards from his cube, and we would, like, draw the hands, and whoever drew Sensei's Divine on top, it was just, like, absurdly busted. It's like, oh, top gets to, like, Fate Seal 3 and Scry 3, alright. Unbeatable. But anyway. That is gonna be it for our stream today. Hope everyone enjoyed our foray into trying to cast blue cantrips. It was a bit rough. We dragged our feet for a lot of our games, but I think I was starting to get my feet under me towards the end there. My losses didn't feel particularly bad. The blue-red Delver-ish deck felt like a very, very hard matchup. And then Shadow, we had some outs, and, you know, Shadow was the first match too, so I probably played the most poorly then. But anyway, if you like the content, you want to support the channel, you can follow, subscribe, donate, as always. Follows help you know when I'm going live. Subscriptions get you a sweet Thalia emote and 3 even subscription badge in the chat. And donations, I do donation deck lists, like the one tomorrow. Details for that are down below. Feel free to PM me on Twitter or Discord or Twitch or whatever if you want more details about that. You can also subscribe on YouTube or follow me on Twitter. YouTube is where all these streams go after they're live. Twitter is where I post like my stream schedule when I'm going live and stuff. Oh, wait. Oh, Volcerks. I don't know how to pronounce your name. But thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it. Enjoy your new Thalia emote. I should mention, I should fit that into the spiel somewhere. You actually get, if you're in the Legacy Death and Taxes Discord, then you actually get access to my emote on Discord as well. But I don't know how to word that in my outro very well. Maybe I'll just put it in the description at the bottom. But anyway, that'll be it for the stream today. Let's go find someone to host and call it a night. Who is playing Legacy? Me and Goblin Lackey. Let's go host Goblin Lackey. Probably playing goblins. Looks like it. Alright. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Have a good one.